Good afternoon. Philippine Maritime authorities reiterated that they would not abide by China's attempts to normalize its acts of intimidation in the West Philippine Sea by deploying the Monster, Beijing's biggest Coast Guard vessel, to the area. Philippine Navy spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Rear Admiral Roy Vincent Trinidad, says the country has to look at the presence of the Monster ship as a reaction to the country's legislated Archipelagic Sea Lane and Maritime Zones Act. Trinidad is referring to the Philippine Maritime Zones Act and the Philippine Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act, which President Bongbong Marcos signed into law in November. On Tuesday, January 15, China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that the monster ship called China Coast Guard 5901 was simply enforcing the law since the waters belong to Beijing's sovereign territory. But Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore J. Tariela, says that intimidation has consistently been part of the Chinese playbook and has been applied to other nations as well. Maritime security expert Ray Powell earlier reported that Beijing also used China Coast Guard 5901 in 2024 to intimidate Vietnam by intruding into Hanoi's oil and gas fields in the South China Sea. According to Tariela, China's goal is to normalize such deployments. He says that if China's actions go unnoticed and unchallenged, it will enable China to alter the existing status quo. Tariela says the BRP Teresa Magbanwa was one of the two cutters Manila sent to continuously challenge the presence of China Coast Guard 5901 off the coast of Zambales. But maritime authorities emphasize that they still consider such intrusions as threats to the country's sovereignty, even if it is just a submersible drone like the one fishermen found in Masbate in December. Senatorial aspirant Chavit Singson withdraws from the senatorial race in the upcoming midterm elections, citing health reasons. Singson, a businessman and former Ilocos Sur governor, went to the Commission on Elections on Thursday, January 16, to officially file his certificate of withdrawal from his Senate bid. When asked why he withdrew his candidacy, Singson cites health reasons, particularly having pneumonia.
Tinamaan ako ng pneumonia, so this year, dalaw tayo naman sa lang flow. Ayaw ko na tayo yung pangatlo.
Initially, COMELEC Chairman George Garcia said Singson's name will remain in the ballots and the votes he will get are declared as stray. But Garcia later said that when the ballot printing got delayed due to a Supreme Court decision which ordered the inclusion of a COMELEC-designated nuisance candidate in the ballots, the poll body could now easily remove Singson's name. Singson last served as the mayor of Narvacan, Ilocos Sur from 2019 to 2022. The Department of Justice says that state prosecutors have recommended the filing of money laundering charges on 62 counts against dismissed Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Go in connection with operations of businesses owned by her family. In a 49-page resolution, government lawyers say that at least 5 companies were involved in the grand money laundering activities, including QJJ Farm Incorporated, QC Genetics Incorporated, real estate company Baofu Land Development Incorporated, and Pogo Hub Hongsheng Gaming Technology Incorporated, later renamed as Zunyuan Technology Incorporated. Using the funds from the family-owned QJJ Farm and QC Genetics, the prosecutors say that Go bought parcels of land in Bamban and caused their conversion into commercial properties where Baofu was established and the Pogo Hubs operated, allegedly for purposes of human trafficking and money laundering. Go, who is currently detained at the Pasig City Jail over a human trafficking case, faces 62 counts of money laundering. 26 of these are under Section 4A of the Anti-Money Laundering Act, which pertains to the transaction of monetary instruments that are proceeds from illegal activities. 5 other counts are under Section 4B, which criminalizes the conversion, transfer, disposition, or movement of such illicit proceeds to conceal or disguise their origin. On the other hand, the remaining 31 other counts are for violations of Section 4D of the Anti-Money Laundering Act, which involves failure to report transactions related to illegal funds or engaging in activities that facilitate money laundering. According to the prosecutors, even after Go's purported divestment of shares following her assumption as chief executive of Bamban Tarlac, Go's continuous participation and role as a beneficial partner of Baofu cannot be concealed. Baofu, a real estate company owned by Go, leased land to the Pogo Hub initially called Hongsheng Gaming Technology before it was renamed as Zunyuan Technology. State prosecutors also recommend that 30 other individuals, including Go's parents and 2 siblings, as well as incorporators and officers of the companies involved, be charged with 31 counts of money laundering for acting in conspiracy with each other to commit money laundering. Assistant Justice Secretary Dominic Lavano says that the DOJ had authorized the panel of prosecutors to file the criminal cases before the Manila Regional Trial Court. The mall security guard who went viral on social media after seen destroying a young girl's sampaguita has been dismissed. The viral video shows the security guard trying to convince the young girl wearing a school uniform selling sampaguita to move away from the staircase of the mall. The young girl initially insisted to stay, but as she stood up, the guard snatched the sampaguita she was selling and destroyed it. After destroying the sampaguita, the young girl hit the guard using what remained of her wares. The guard then kicked the girl and continued to push her away from the vicinity of the mall. The video drew the reaction of social media users saying that the guard's action was inappropriate. In response to the incident, SM Mega Mall releases a statement on Thursday, January 16, saying they sympathize with the young girl who experienced the incident outside their mall area. SM adds they have called the attention of the security agency to conduct an investigation on the matter. They further say that the security guard has been dismissed and will no longer be allowed to work in any of their malls, stressing that the management condemns the incident as they promote inclusivity for all. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good afternoon.